Hello, guys. It's been a minute. We've not had a new episode of anything, and I feel I owe you an apology for being so quiet, being silent. But life, we have to do so many things. So I was busy with other personal stuff, but I'm back to doing some videos on trainings and guiding people on how to make money. Now, as you've noted, those who've been trading for a while, you already know that uh, we've moved from binary.com to Deriv. Let's just do the practical binary.com or .bot, something like that. If you go to that site, it's no longer there. It redirects you to deriv.com. So if you've been trying, maybe you didn't realize binary is no longer the site you're going to be using for trading. But that doesn't mean that we can't trade. Now you can see binary has a new home. Binary bot has a new home. So definitely it means that it's still available, only that it has been moved to a different site, which is now deriv.com. So basically you just click here. If you're trying to log in or trying to trade using your the binary link, you just need to click here. Then you'll be taken to where the binary bot has gone to, where we call it deriv.com. It's still the same. It's only that the interface looks a bit different. For those who are used to binary.com, if you go to deriv.com and choose the binary bot, you're going to see that the interface appears to be different, but that doesn't cause, should not cause. You can see the link has been changed here, meaning we are being redirected. If you can see here, it's loading. So once it loads, it's going to take us to this now, because I already had it running. So we're going to go to where binary is. I think this should run. This should run. Let's close unnecessary tabs so that we don't have things hanging there. So bot.deriv.com, that's where you're going to be trading from. So let me just close this, then we use this. I hope it loads so that I think my internet is having an issue. It's a bit slow. Uh, my internet is a bit slow. Let me check, or maybe my net is okay, but the machine is having a hard time because it's okay. Can see here, yeah, we're okay. Now we're back where we are supposed to be. So if let's close this, let's not load. Cancel this or close. Uh, you're going to be patient with me for a few seconds so that we get into the right stuff that you need to know. Then I'm going to show you how to change your strategy. There are those people who've been asking, maybe you have a bot and you don't know how to change a strategy from one to the other. So that's something that I'm going to be sharing with you so that once you have one bot, you can use the same bot for so many things, for so many strategies, and so many other useful and profitable strategies. Now, here, if you are trading with a laptop or a phone, if you come to this place here where we have binary bot, if you click to that drop down button, we have other options that you can use. You can choose to trade on, where you have the the D trader, you have the D bot. This is MT5, then we have the Reef, then you have Smart Trader, and we have the binary bot. Most people, if not all, the biggest percentage of those trading on the Reef right now I usually use the binary bot. Now, binary bot is just the normal bot we used to have on the binary.com platform. The site is what has been moved here. It has usually been here, it has always been here. It's only that we had an option to either trade using deriv.com or binary.com. So there's no difference. The same method, the same way of loading the bot is what you're going to use here. Editing your parameters is the same thing you're going to use here. So the same, just if you check these icons, they are the same. But if you want to trade something else, you sure can do it. And I always advise you try using a virtual account so that you are able to get the right stuff or the wrong stuff and learn, or the right stuff and know that you're doing the right thing using a virtual account so that you avoid unnecessary losses of your finances. Now, in this, a bot is already loaded, but I can still reload. For those who don't know how to load a bot, I'm assuming not everyone knows what I know. So I'll just take you as whoever is going to watch. I don't know, is it an expert, someone more experienced than I am, someone who has just begun and they're looking for a way of how to make money. If you log into your account, whether real or virtual, this is the default setup of your bot. If you check, there are no settings here. Okay, there are, because if you run this, something will happen, but it's not going to give you actual uh, returns that you might wish. It might give you a whole new different thing. So, after logging in, the first step is loading the bot into your account, synchronizing the XML bot files into your account, which you use using this icon. If you just place your cursor here, you can see it's load. Or allow me to expand my my screen so that people can see. Some always complain that it's too small. So let me magnify it to I think 150 is okay. Now if you use this icon here, you can see this one, you're going to see that it's telling us to load new blocks and they're in XML file. That is the because we have photos that have GP something, GPS or GPR, everything has their own format. So they are in XML format. So you click on that, it's going to take you to your files on your laptop or your phone. So it has to, now in this case, you choose, for example, you're going to use this one, the American Dream version 4. I've updated it in around March, on 30th of March. So you're going to observe something. You can see there's a change and you're being told blocks are loaded successfully, meaning the bot that I've loaded into the account is now okay. If you check, there's a difference between this and the one that was here, the default one. So this bot has so many things under in the this same platform. So what we do is we look at our account balance. After checking our account balance, now of course this is a virtual account. I won't lie to you that this is a real account. This is a virtual account, and I've grown it. I think in the last 3 months, I wanted to know how much can someone make if you continuously trade, especially if you have a big account. Everyone has an account of $10,000 on the virtual account, so you can either drop it or raise it depending on how you're going to trade. So mine has gotten to 110,000, sorry, 111,000 within 3 months. But that is a virtual account because I was doing some tests. Now, if you check this account, we are told, I always recommend, it's not a binary or deriv recommendation, but for me, especially if you're a beginner, you can make 10% of your account for the whole day. So if you have a small amount in your account, definitely you're going to make less amount compared to someone who has a bigger account. because 10% of $200 is $20, and 10% of $2,000 is $200. Both of you have made $10. Sorry, 10% of your accounts, but one has $200 and another has $20, depending on how much they have in their accounts. I hope you get that logic. Now, our balance is what will guide our what do you call it? Our stake. Stake is basically the amount used to how much per run does the bot take from your balance. For example, this is 111,000. So we can take $100. We can target a big amount. Like for example, we can target $1,000. $1,000 is close to 10% of this. I hope so. I hope my maths teacher did a good job. Yeah, let's say yeah, close to that, something like that. So what we do, you don't have to make that $1,000 or $1,100 in one session. You can subdivide into maybe four, so that you make $250, 250, 250, 250. Then you have your four sessions in a day. Then you call it that. Now, for example, we choose that you want to just do two sessions for the whole day, or even one. You can do one. So that one will mean you will look at our account. So we can stake a big amount here. We can stake 100, because if you're staking 100 out of 11,000, that is something reasonable. So you also don't stake 0.35 out of this. You will stay in the market for the whole day. Then stop loss, definitely we are going to have it a big higher, 500 or somewhere there. Then sorry, this is take profit. Take profit is what you want as 1,000. Yes. This one can be maybe 1,000 too. Then now stake. This is the buying price which we make to be 100. Then the rest can remain to be the same. Now this bot works on both higher and lower. If you check the trade type, under trade type we have different options on which you can trade. So every time you come here, you can see there are so many others that you can choose from. But this specific one is set for this. This bot is specifically because up and down we have rise and fall, higher and lower. So there's also a difference between this. Rise and fall, the payout is 96%. Higher and lower, the payout is dependent on something we call a barrier. Something we call a barrier. If you change a barrier, it also gives you a different payout. Now, this particular bot you can always, because up and down you can trade and you can check how the market is moving using the graph. There are those who like this graph, the area graph. Then there are those who prefer the candlesticks. You just click here, then you change to 1 minute because candlesticks don't have ticks. Then you go to candlesticks. Then you can close here so that you check how this market is behaving. Now, if we check this market based on at this area, the market was moving. There's this an uptrend. Then there's sorry for that. I hope I don't wish to see this thing. Then there's a downtrend here, all the way. There's a downtrend. There's a downtrend. Then we have we've just started an uptrend. So for those who have done forex, you understand the types of candlesticks we have here. There are different candlesticks and what they mean. For a normal person like me, I will see reds and greens. But if you check this candle here, like the way where I've placed this cursor, you can see there's it started flat, then there's a stick under, then this one started with a small stick, then the high stick is up, then here this one is balanced. can see there's a stick up here and there's another stick under here. All those candle sticks mean different things. Then there's another one here, just a small stick. Then there's a carrot, then a very long stick. They have their names and they have what they mean. Now, since today we're not looking into that, this specific board has one thing. We call it the RSI, resistance, uh, something resistance. RSI, it denotes the resistance in the market, either oversold or overbought. Those two things affect, especially in binary trading, you are trading one item against the other. So your prediction is maybe this time the price will be higher or it will be lower. Now, since you can't always tell, I've left it to run on both. I can choose either higher or lower, but in this case, I've let it run on both. Now, since we are doing both, let's see our graph. This graph is not. Uh, let's go back to our area because the area is easier to understand for a new person, so that I'll be guiding you on what to do. All right, so let's run the bot with the parameters we put in. So running the bot is basically this icon here, this button here. You just click on it once, and since I want us to see both the graph, I want us to see both the graph and the summary. Let me go back to having the graph. Then I will increase. I will zoom in. I'll zoom in. So this particular bot, based on the strategy, it pays you 36.7%. I don't know what's happening to the graph. I wish the graph was performing way better. Uh-huh. There are those times you see the graph not appearing the way you want. You see, we are retrieving data. Now, in that case, you really are working in darkness. You don't know where you're headed to. But now, one thing you need to note as it tries to do whatever it's doing, the analysis, I will try get the graph running. But there's something I want you to understand. This bot is set to make a purchase only if the RSI is over 60 and above, 60 and above, and 40 and below. So if we go back to our state summary here, we are doing call. Now, if you are doing call, it means the RSI has, you see, RSI 40, then we make a purchase. When it's now, it purchases call. Call meaning we've predicted that the prices are going to be moving higher and we've lost. Then it goes to 36 again, which is under 40. We make another purchase immediately. Now, this bot also has something. It has a martingale of 3 and it has a split martingale, meaning when you lose, it goes up by 3 times, then it divides by the number 2 so that you don't lose a lot. Now let's move. Remember, our stop loss is $1,000. So by the time you hit 1,000, we'll have observed something. But I wish the graph was moving so that yes, we've lost another time. Those are 3 times in a row. Let's check our graph. Now, that's where the graph comes in to help you be able to tell. Unfortunately, the graph is not performing. The graph is not behaving. The graph is not coming up. So we just go back to our summary. You see, we've recovered part of it, but it appears the market is purchasing call most of the time because based on what the market conditions are right now. I wish I really want to get. Oh, the chart is here, but the chart is not behaving. So, in this case, what you do if the chart is not showing, you can always do this to make it active. You just change this volatility to any other. If you change that, it also changes this. Then you get it back to where it was then without changing anything. You just want to see how the graph is moving. You see now it's active. The graph is now active. Though the graph doesn't affect, if the graph is not showing, it does not affect the outcomes. It does not affect the outcome. This one is just for you to be able to observe if it's time to exit the market. Because for me, I always recommend you're trading and then you find that you start making too many losses. It's always a good time to exit the market. It's always a good time to exit the market. So I have these indicators here drawn into my account to help me know when to enter the market or when to exit. So let's see. You see the downtrend is making us losses, but one thing you need to note with this bot, it only makes a purchase when it denotes that the resistance is either 40 and below or 60 and above. So it has that spacing. It has the barrier, yes, but it also has the RSI control. You see, this is over 60, so it will purchase a downfall, meaning the market has been overbought. Whatever items are being sold have been overbought, and the prices are going down. So you can see we are moving. So this one is for someone who has a big account. Don't take 100 and don't take it a thousand. If you have a small account, you're going to face a lot of panic attacks. You're going to face a lot of panic attacks if you have a small account and you stake high. So take based on how much you have. Yeah, I think that's well understood. That's well understood. So if you don't manage your expectations from trading, now you can see the bot is going for put. It's going for put, and you're moving swiftly. So if you have we have two secrets in trading. Have a good bot. Have There's no day you're going to sleep hungry. You can see you're already at 225. With all the losses, big amounts here. But since we have a big account, we already have some also good amount that we've made. But this is a very nice bot. The market conditions are the ones that have made us have these so many losses one after the other. This if I let it run, you're going to realize that you're going to have so many wins once the market stabilize. So next video, the video I'll do next is I'll be sharing with you when to enter the market and when to exit, when to know the right time to enter a market. So this is just now that when I started, I wanted to share with you how to change strategies. Now this is the default setup of the bot, meaning I've not changed anything based on how it was set. So we've made our 200 close to $300 so far. Although this is a virtual account, so it doesn't count as much. It doesn't really count. So you can always stop the bot manually because the bot has two parameters. It has a stop loss and it has a take profit. Stop loss is the highest acceptable amount that when you hit that amount, the bot should stop. Then take profit. That is the target amount for that session. If you get to that amount, for example, this session we said $1,000. If you get to $1,000, the bot will automatically stop. But I said if you want to make $1,000 in a day, you can do 4 sessions of 250, 250, 250. Already for this session, we are past our target. So, but the aim of this video is not necessarily to do anything apart from. You can see you have 300 and only 18 rands. But if you are making, let's say your trade was 0.35, with 18 rands, you'd still be having maybe $1 or $2. So you find someone has a big account, they make few runs, they make a lot of money, then you also get confused. Greed tells you that you're also going to do the same. You have $100 in your account, you stake 50 because you want to make as much money as they're making, you end up blowing your account. So go or live within your means. Stake based on how much you have. Risk what you can afford to lose and still breathe normally. This trading is never promised. Let me tell you the truth. Nobody should ever lie to you that once you start trading, you'll always make profits. We also make losses. Sometimes we do make terrible losses because of greed. But we'll never tell you because we are here to to make money anyway. So I'll be honest with you. Don't assume that those people who are trading with big accounts or they are doing whatever they are doing that they don't make losses. No, everyone makes losses. Only that the experienced traders know when to exit the market, know when to enter the market, and they know the condition. I think that's the only difference. They know when to avoid unnecessary losses, especially on how to control emotions. If you are emotionally attached to your trades, my friend, you're going to lose, you're going to cry, you're going to say how you've been scammed, but this trading is real. If this was a real account, this is close to, I don't know, times 140. This is a lot of money right now in Kenya. And it's just a matter of minutes, so not struggled a lot. So if you have someone out there whom you know has money, but they maybe don't know how to do this, you can connect me to them. I'll definitely give you a commission. Give me a minister, someone in the government who has money and maybe it's just lying in an offshore account. You can have a few millions back. We trade, they get their millions back with an interest or with a profit, call it that way. Then we proceed trading for ourselves. Now, that is done. We go back to the main item for as to why I decided to do this video. Let me use at least 125. Now, if you decide to trade on something else, for example, let's go back so that we clear what we've done, the trades that we've done. That is 300 and something, $72. You can always clear there. Now, let's say you decide you want to do something else, maybe digits. Most people love digits. Here you can do maybe over and under. You come here and say over under. Then there's something else called the analyzer. Binary, that's the link, binaryanalyzer.com. Especially if you're doing over and under, this site helps you see the last digit of every trade that is happening in binary or in Deriv. So in that case, when you're choosing your prediction, you know which, sorry, binary analyzer connection is not secure. It is, I don't know what's happening. Binaryanalyzer.com. Let me check. I've been using that. Let me see what's doing. Binary analyzer. Just Google. It's a free platform that gives you the last digits. Took too long. This site seems not to be secure, and I can't risk cookies. Not secure. Should not enter any sensitive. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Whenever you find that a site is not secure, you let it be. Let me try it on my phone so that I see how things are. But unfortunately, now you're not going to be able to see. Or this site was linked to binary.com. So when binary switched to Deriv, maybe it was affected. I don't know, but I guess that could be the issue because I've been using it for a while. But still, there are some applications. There are some apps that will help you check the last digits of trades, so that when you're setting your prediction, you already know. I will recommend one. Just go to what we call it, your Google Play Store for those who use Android phones. Then search for this. What is the name of this app? Binary bots. Just type binary bots. You're going to get a nice application that will help you do the last digit analysis. So uh, I have one here, and I can see most digits based on what I'm seeing using that application. It's so many numbers. We can say, let's do digit and 9. 9 is not appearing so many times. You can do digit. Now, this bot will need to expand some things. Right click, expand, so that you're able to see the prediction. Prediction here is 0. We can say 9 or 8. Let's use 8. The payout is okay, 8. But 8 is appearing so many. 8. Let's have 8. And then here we can do 8 still. Maybe a different number. Let's say 6. Then once you do that, you're going to. Okay, this is not the right bot, I think, for that because it's going to use the RSI. And with the RSI, you're going to take a lot of time. Let's use a different bot, yes. Um, what bot now? You can see I have so many bots here. Let's use any other. The angel's hand. Yeah, I think I have alpha. Alpha. There are some bots here that I'll be giving out for free. If they help you find, this one is for even and odd. And since it's on digits, I wanted to share something about over and under so that you can see it's set for. It's not bringing the prediction part. Why? Digits over under. Yeah, prediction is 0. Now we do 9 or maybe under. Let's say under 5 or under. Yeah, let's do under 5. Then this board has few stuff. Stake times 2. Let's go. It's going to give us last digit is 1, last digit is 8, last digit is 9. We are doing digit over 5. 5 is our prediction. And you see, 5 over 5 is at the exit spot, we look at the last digit. If it's 6 and above, that is 6, 7, 8, and 9, that's a win. If it's 5 and below, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, you lose because that number is under. So we proceed. And this bot is set to make a purchase once the last digit is 9. Something you need to note with this particular bot, it will check until the last, you see, this is 9, it makes a purchase. And that's 2. We also lose this. Now, what you do is if you find that you are losing on over 5, you can change the prediction to a different number, or you can change here under both, you put under so that you see the difference. Now, before you even stop and run, you can see this is 6. 6 is definitely over 5, and we got a win. So if you find that you are losing so many times, you can always switch. We've lost. No, definitely. Right now, what we should be doing, as I had told you earlier, is we go for, that's okay. Now, if we run, it's going to give us under 5s. We have a loss of some, I don't know. Under 5, you're going to see that you're going to have so many wins because it's giving us, this is 96%. We are getting, based on the analysis I had done on this application, under 5 is going to perform better than over 5. So we give it a chance and see. So there's no, we can't say that there's anything apart from knowing what to do and when. Nobody's going to sell you a bot that will pay you 1,000,000 shillings. They're going to, let someone help you with the skills. Let someone give you the skills so that you know what to do when and how. So let's proceed and see. Let's give ourselves time because these are we are doing tests. Now, unfortunately, sometimes you change and you find that the market has shifted to where you came from. What do? Do you run back? You can, or you can stay, depending on your risk management. You can run or you can stay. Now we came from over 5 to under 5. We've lost. So it's always good to do double. How do you do double? There's a way you can have them running over, under, uh, switching from over to under to over, depending on your skills. So this bot only makes a purchase when the last digit is 9. Until it's 9, we are not making a purchase. Until it's 9, you're not making a purchase. But you can change that. You can change to a different number, maybe. You can change to 4 or 5 or whichever number you decide. And where do you change that? Based on this bot, it's preset to make a purchase. Direction is fall and last digit is 9. Purchase under. Can say, and the last digit is 3. So that when 3 appears, you see 9. And whenever you make a change, you need to stop and run. That's a loss. It doesn't matter. You are in that phase of trying. We are learning. So it will depend on where the market is, on which block. Either 3 or 9, the market makes a purchase. Now, the same bot, so that let's say if the last digit is 0, that's something I also want to do. Here we can have both. Yeah, we have both. Uh-huh. When the last digit is 0, purchase over. When the last digit is 9, purchase under. And we let our prediction to be 5. So let's see how that is going to work for us. So where I say that you can do both, so that when the market changes towards one direction, now we've gotten 9, we should be purchasing under. 9, we go for under, that's a win. Here is 0, here last digit is 0, we are going to over 5. So let's see how that is going to work for us. You can see this is over 5. Now we look here and we are waiting for either 9 or 3. Now in this case we are looking for a 9. That is, sorry, 0, 0, 0 and 9. We go for over 5 and see, and that's a win. Over 5, that's a win. We are looking for 9, we go for under 5. You're looking for under 5. That's a win because this is under 5. So you can see the same board that was giving us losses around this stage here. I've changed something small. Oh, it's a huge thing if you don't know, but it's something small, under 5. And you can see we are now having consecutive wins here. But it's not proof that you won't have losses. It's only that you reduce chances of having so many losses following each other. You can see we had here like 3 of them, but when I change something, we are looking for either 0 or 9 so that the bot can make a purchase. We are looking for 0 in this case because it changes the blocks. It changes the blocks, moves from one. If you lose, it goes to the different block. By block, I mean this is a block and this is a block. So if you lose here, it goes here. If you lose here, it goes here. So that's what. So we are looking for a 0. Even if 9 appears, we are buying with them. We are looking for over 5. Now 0, 5, we have 0 here. Now we are looking for a number higher than 5. I don't know. That's a loss because I don't know why we are having how many ticks. Ticks duration 1 tick. Okay. I don't know why it's clicking 3 times. But you can see, you can get the logic. If it loses on this block, it goes to the other block, and chances of losing become minimal. So we are looking for, yeah, we have 4. We are looking for, this is under. Now we are looking for 0 so that we purchase over 5. You can see, yeah, over 5. It depends on where the market closes. And there we go, $230 from a stake of how many? A stake of 160 gives you 230. So if you had lost all this, you say no hope lost. Just keep going. So basically, that's how to maneuver through bots. So I think for those who will have their own personal things they might want to learn, we can do a Zoom meeting. I'm back to doing Zoom meetings. Back to doing Zoom meetings. So you can reach out. My number is somewhere in this on this channel, or I'll leave it in the description so that you come and learn something new. So with that, I wish to end the video. I'll be doing so many of these videos. You can see that time we had made 100 370 something dollars. We've made another 141, but this is on a virtual account. So uh, I'm looking forward to funding my account soon. My account doesn't have money right now. It has a few coins, maybe $300. I want to go massive, and of course, this is a training session. It doesn't necessarily have to be on something on a real account. But if I'm to do a video on, I want to sell a bot, and most people ask, why don't you run on a real account if the bot is as good as you say? Then that is the time I have to run the bot on a real account. But for training purposes, I just have to use whichever account I find logged in. So I think with that, someone will get help, someone will make some money, and we are going to rejoice